My pleasure to be with you today. And I'm hoping today will mark a new milestone for us, which is we're going to focus on two words as we go through this presentation. And I want you to think about it as I can. I can make a difference in my community. I can build my practice and ensure that my community is healthier and stronger as we go through this. And I want to ensure that the people I treat have the very best, latest, greatest information that is possible out there. And for this presentation, it is going to focus on a monthly theme that we always focus on, but always remember that you can move around your themes as you do. As the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress's president, my job is to ensure that you can get what you need when you need it. So, with that being said, we're going to jump right into our daily theme and this monthly theme, which is chiropractic care for women. As you know, March 8th was International Women's Day. We carry this theme throughout the month because we reflect on where women are and where they need to go. And I can take women to a place of understanding because they're the nurturers in our communities. So, chiropractic care for women from adolescence to menopause and beyond. We start there. And I think as we progress through, I can read the opportunities that come to me based on what feels right in my intuition. And I hope that you can see what feels right for these sponsors are they're supporting every day, all day long, what the chiropractic profession is about and where we go, how we train our community to be the very best that they can be. Focusing now on women's health. Why women's health? Well, let's look at the reality. Women are disproportionately affected by chronic pain, unfortunately, and 70% of individuals with chronic pain are women. So if you think about that vast majority that we're trying to reach, they're going to be, unfortunately, experiencing some chronic pain that we're going to talk about. But pain's not the only reason why we want our women to come in. We know that we can optimize their performance throughout their day. We also know that we can prevent a lot of what happens in a woman's life from happening when they're given the right education. So, going through and looking at some of these chronic conditions ranging from fibromyalgia, irritable bowel syndrome, rheumatoid arthritis, chronic pelvic pain, and migraine headaches, they disproportionately affect women. So, when we know that, we also know that just over the 50% mark, 58% of recorded cases of work related musculoskeletal disorders obviously are women. And we want to highlight the occupational health challenges that they in fact face. Women's study actually indicates that particularly mothers are responsible for approximately 80% of their family's medical decision making. This is a new information coming out because in the past we thought it was around 67%. Well, it's rising. And so we need to be talking to the decision makers. When you want to make a decision and you know that it's going to impact your family, you want to make the best decision you can. So, getting to these decision makers are critical because 1/3 of American women are behind on essential medical appointments. It means that oftentimes they put themselves last. And that can be anywhere from mammograms to their gynecological exams. And as you can see, that word didn't come out very well for me because, well, it primarily causes anxiety for many. So I'm laughing only because women tend to really have excuses for why to put things off. So around 80% of women delay seeking medical attention until symptoms worsen. So let's get them into the preventative zone. Let's impact their daily life. 43% of them are missing work due to health issues. And if we can prevent that, or better yet, even help them understand the cause of what could be part of the problem when they do face it, stronger, better, bolder, braver. That's what's going to happen. And that means they're going to come to you. And 80% of those choices for their families are going to be made with you. That's why the Monday marketing roadmap is such a critical piece. And sometimes we forget some of the simple things, but you know what? Having it all laid out for you, it's like a recipe. You want to cook a beautiful cake, well, have the recipe laid out and go to it. And then you can, move maybe some things that you liked into it from the last month and maybe take some things out that you didn't quite work well for you this month. But remember, Foundation for Chiropractic Progress membership, you are here to market your program in your practice that works for you. One of the things women do not know is obviously when PMS symptoms start to happen, they don't know who they should be going to, or worse, they'll be taking over the counter medications. Are you willing to have these conversations with your young adults in your practice that maybe they tell you, when my period comes, it's just off the charts bad? Because these types of moments of education that 91% of women of reproductive age suffer from abdominal pain during menstruation, and that research has shown that chiropractic care can help relieve that pain, especially as we know when it's primary dysmenorrhea. Clinical studies suggest that women have less pain during menstruation and more optimistic when their pain is taken care of compared to women who did not receive care. And that, honestly, when you think about optimizing a woman's health and well being, if they know that PMS week is just a disaster, it changes their life. So, how many women do you know that suffer from PMS symptoms? You can put it into the comment section. We always appreciate it because, oftentimes we don't have these conversations and we end up losing our audience because they had no idea that we were effective in helping them, especially when it comes to also pregnancy. Over 68% of pregnant women report lower back pain. Where are they going to get their treatments? Is it the bottle of Tylenol, or is it, they're doing something even more unfortunate? We want to make sure we meet them where they're at and we ask these questions. It's the questions that are so vital, as Albert Einstein would say, because the answers will continue to change, but the questions are beautiful because they always remain the same. And I want to encourage you that yes, there are optimizations, the 4 benefits of chiropractic care for female athletes, but being able to be consistent on your social media is in being able to educate. Remember, education is only as good as action that is taken. And you know that from your own practice. You could know all about neuroplasticity, but if you don't do anything with it, what difference does it make? Your patients need to know the difference. They need to know the latest research. And that's why you want to put out there cover photos. What do they look like? You could easily have this one up, Choose Chiropractic Care for Women's Health. You could do it in March. You could do it any month of the year, depending on what works for your practice. But remember, I can make a difference is the key. I can make a difference in social media. I can make a difference with my community by going out there with these new tip sheets. Embracing menopause mindset. Oftentimes women will be the last ones to want to talk about menopause, but they're the first ones that are suffering when it comes to menopause symptoms. So, being able to even host a mindset workshop that focuses on menopause, I think you'd be surprised on how many women want to talk about their symptoms and how many women want to know what answers are out there to help me. And we know that during menopause, chiropractic care can help throughout every stage of life, including menopause. Now, stress, it is a big factor in women's life. And that is why they often put themselves last. But one of my favorite people in the world is Kathy Widener, and she takes on this time management for stress management. Don't miss this because it's sponsored by Foot Levelers and it's really a great way to bring on not only your staff but yourself to it. Are you feeling the stress? If you are, how are you managing your time? Because there is a formula to success. It means knowledge and time. And if you're not managing your time well, it means that the other portion of that formula, which unfortunately is knowledge, is not going to be utilized appropriately. So success is going to falter. Remember, most things in life are a mathematical equation. The more you put in, typically the more you get out. That's why I wanted to bring forth these ways to connect with your community. I can have videos that will support my community in their education. And these are the reels that we have up there on Facebook and Instagram. They're so easy to download. It just takes time. And that's why you do the time management stress webinar so that you manage your time and you have your staff with you. They're your support system. And the core is that you want to be able to get out the information during Women's Health and be able to talk about certain things. One of those is, why don't you bring them to Adjusted Reality podcast? This is a good one with Dr. Sokoloff. It's optimizing women's health and hormones. Listen, hormones are a big deal. And if they're not appropriately being recognized and part of the equation, how is a woman going to manage those teary moments that come into their lives if they don't know where their estrogen progesterone levels are? Get them listening to Optimizing Women's Health, especially when it comes to hormones. Now, I want to share with you the updates. I know you're out there and you're thinking to yourself, what have I done for my community lately? And if you're not, I'd ask you to do it now. What have you done for your community lately? I am going to share what the foundation has done for our communities lately, but I sincerely want to ask and have you put into the chat if you feel, the comments in the bottom section. Tell us what you're doing because you may motivate someone else who needs you today to help them with their practice. So, 2024 Impact Report, lots of great things. Want to remind you that that Impact Report showcased our new awards. We also had successful co-ops with many fantastic leaders outside of chiropractic, like the Research and Prevention Alzheimer's Association Foundation and working with Mental Health Global. These are the people that we want to make sure get our message. So, who are you working with in your community to co op with? Some of the earned media placements are epic, but 2025 is turning out to be one of the best years ever. Why do I say that? We've already hit 40 million people. Now, look at this. This is Tom's Guide. It was just a few days ago. It's an epic moment for us on several reasons. One, Tom's Guide is about the best of the best. Two, there's 40 million visitors to Tom's Guide a month. Three, first time in history of the foundation, were we the expert, but the only expert. What's so bad about stomach sleeping? Expert dishes the dirt on so-called worst sleeping position ever. When you're a chiropractor and you get called an expert, the whole profession elevates. Yes, we are experts in sleep posture. You know it, I know it. Does the community know it? Have you done a sleep community outreach program? We have all the information that you need, but for a small percentage of stomach sleepers, the most comfortable way to fall asleep, and if you're front lying, it helps you drift off quickly. How bad can the worst sleeping position actually be? Well, we asked the experts, and it turns out pretty bad. So, my quote was stomach sleeping often disrupts the spine's natural curve, putting extra strain in the back muscles and joints. You know that. But does the profession have the ability to reach out? And it comes with you. I can make a difference in people's sleep because you know what makes a difference. We reach out to our community on a regular basis. Please help us share Adjusted Reality. You know it's trusted by the adjusted, and it brings them closer to being and doing better for their families and themselves. As you saw at the beginning of March, we released Thinking Our Way Through to Chronic Health. Chronic health, buzzword, fun way to put what this means. Dr. Ellen Langer is epic. 11 books later, Harvard clinical psychologist, a beautiful individual, and just someone who is sharing the message because she cares. And then, well, just last week we dropped Dr. Brams, and she's epic in her own right. She teaches at Stanford. She started Yoga X. And when you listen to this, if you're feeling a little stressed, I guarantee Dr. Brems will bring your life into perspective because it's breathe better, live better, unlock the therapeutic breath work that we all should be aware of. Listen, you don't know your breath is there until someone tells you. Taking a box breath breathing exercise, what is that? Well, you got to listen. What is box breathing? And what is filling that big breath with just filling your diaphragm? So many great ways to learn. Now, bringing your community together, including your staff, your friends, your family. It starts with action. Knowledge is not enough. Action. I want you to take action today to just sign up for Chirathon. You yourself, you have an opportunity to sign up for something that's completely free that will ping you when it's ready to start and tell you what vignettes are available. Get your friends and your family together. We want to have 400,000 viewers. We cannot do it alone. It means that this profession has to unite and prosper. And if you sign up today, f4cp.org/Chirathon, you'll change your community. Why? Because the more people know about what we do, what the benefits are, the more we can celebrate, elevate, and support the greatest profession on earth. We're going to be on the ground in Atlantic City at Harrah's, but everybody across the globe can join. You can restream it yourself on your own Facebook if you desire to do so. Join us now. Make your knowledge come to life. Take the journey with us. And speaking of journey, we just came back from Palmer Homecoming at Florida. Beautiful place to be. Thank you to the Florida people for such a warm welcome. And last weekend, yes, that was just a few days ago, we were at Parker Seminars. If you've not been to a Parker seminar, I encourage you, I implore you, see a Parker seminar for yourself. You'll get your spizzerinctum, the energy, the telling key of what really makes this profession just so beautiful and so alive as being at a Parker seminar. But wait, this weekend we're going to be in New York. So if you're going to the Mohegan Sun, please stop by and say hi. I'll be teaching on Friday night, 4 to 6, about the pillars of longevity. So come by. Now, I want to get excited about one thing. We need to make a difference. That's why I am encouraging you to get out into your community. And I wanted to share with you that we're going to be doing a Global Purpose Summit. This is one of the, in my personal opinion, a highlight of my Foundation for Chiropractic Progress leadership role is People and Planet United. This is 2025 Global Health and Purpose Summit. My 20-minute presentation at this summit that will be streamed around the globe and will be on the ground in New York City at their Health Innovation Week, HIT Lab, Finn, and One Business World. Think about this. How much bigger do you want to get? I want everyone to have a chiropractor in their family. I want everyone to know that there is a drug-free way to help themselves to better health and longevity. And that's why we want to tackle today's public health challenge. We have obesity on the rise, hypertension, cardiovascular problems, and diabetes. Can we, as a global impact, share our footprint on what it looks like to get chiropractic care, to help them with their sleep, to replenish their nourishment, to get them moving, to know what neuroplasticity is and how it impacts their life, their balance, and their focus, and how we prevent, optimize, and alleviate the key words to take us from here to there. It's a trajectory. You are my friends. I want you to come with me on this trajectory, and that's going to launch on October 14th. This is our moment. It's 130 years of celebration. And this is how we brand. Branding is building, and we are branding with Forbes. We are building with Finn. Finn is a PR group in Manhattan, absolutely epic PR firm. And when I tell you this is the Forbes book, Adjusted Reality, well, you've heard that name before. Supercharge your whole being for optimal living and longevity. What does it mean for optimal living? Many of your community, they don't know. And they have no idea that when they don't get sleep, they're actually hurting their brains, literally hurting their brains. In longevity, well, you're not going to find it in a bag of potato chips or ultra processed foods or increased sugar levels. And did you know the latest research is showing that when you get emotional, you immediately want to have sugar and or salt? I didn't realize that. And as soon as I did, I realized when I turn on the news, I often crave sugar. So let it be known that I'm learning from my own experiences, but I'm also applying it to what we need our communities to know. So I want to do a big shout out to Foot Levelers, National Board of Chiropractic Examiners, and CMIC Standard Process for their generous support to help make this book real. And we know ChiroSecure, you're a big part of making sure our communities are better, stronger, and more aware of the chiropractic benefits that we offer. And we also want you to be preparing for next month. Yes, my friends, It's about stress and mental health. We will have all the information, and if you prepare now, spring into action. When April hits, we want you and your staff to be prepared to talk about the stress in the body and the stress in their environment. Together, we will make a difference, but we need to unite. 130 years is about unite and prosper. And if you share, it means you care. And that is the greatest compliment anyone can get. So please help me make sure that our communities are well taken care of. And I look forward to seeing you in April. Go forth to serve.
Isn't it time you join the most powerful team of successful doctors in chiropractic and go for the gold? Simply go to www.f4cp.org/package and get your customized practice success solution.